Happy New Year. Guess what? District 4 has a directive. We have to have a club contest by February 11th. So we need to get started right away. Probably need some contestants. And I bet your club has given out some of these ribbons. So we know maybe how to find some contestants. And maybe for the international speech contest, maybe we can look for those folks that have earned these ribbons. But I'm assuming most of you, like me, have been involved with leadership. And normally I'm on the sidelines putting on these contests. And District 4 has great resources that I've been using for many, many years. I want to thank Ken Colley publicly here for always having these resources available to us. Yes, yes, yes. So putting on a contest, we know how to do it. We know how to put on a meeting at a Toastmasters club. We just need to modify the agenda a little bit. And just for clarification, Elaine talked about evaluation contests. So yeah, so that's one of the contests that we have for District 4 this year. This is a great contest because all you need to do is show up with your evaluation skills, of course, and we will have a target speaker to evaluate. So that's a great contest to enter for busy people. The other one is the International Speech Contest. And Joe and Steve have both been on the world stage for speech evaluation contest. So this is the only contest that starts at the club, goes to the area, goes to the division, goes to the district. And a reminder, district events are going to happen May 4th. So May the 4th be with you as a reminder. And the winners of the district contest get evaluated because there's going to be a recording sent to them. And then they get to go to a semifinals. And on top of that, they get to compete at the World Championship of Public Speaking, which this year will be in Los Angeles near Disneyland, right where Toastmasters all started. So talking about getting started, let me share a screen. And what I've been working on is a draft contest agenda. So let me remember how to share a screen and pop up a contest agenda. This is when I'm preparing for my home club, San Mateo Toastmasters. And let me share a secret with all of you. Clubs aren't required to have a contest. I belong to another club called Point of Order, where we are looking for volunteers to represent the club at a area contest. But if you have a large club with lots of people, a little friendly competition makes everybody a little bit stronger. And going through a contest protocol in your club will help prepare you for the area contest. So let's begin. Your agenda should be really focused on the contest itself. We can minimize any business meetings, less, and also let guests know that they're in a special meeting. So I'm talking about filling roles. So we need a Toastmaster. Some clubs like to have two Toastmasters, one for each club. And there's an unwritten tradition where the winner of last year's contest becomes the Toastmaster of that particular contest. Most clubs will have the speech evaluation contest first, and we need to fill some roles. So we have the chief judge who's going to brief the contestants and also brief the audience on how to vote. Okay, and we'll get into some of the forms and specifics a little bit later. We also have the contest sergeant at arms. Normally during a speech evaluation contest, we hear the speech and then the contestants are sequestered in another room while the contestant evaluates each speech. I know this is going to also be a little bit more uh, for a hybrid meeting. So you might have to have a virtual sergeant at arms and create a breakout room so they don't hear the other contestants. And I'm looking forward to hearing you on how you handle that situation. We need a ballot counter. We need somebody to tally the ballots of the judges. We need timer 1 and timer 2. Why 2 timers? Well, have you ever been a timer and been so fascinated with the whole process that you start listening to the speech and you forget to hit your timing device? Therefore, we have timer 2. And it's also a good way to check if there is a timing issue. If one is 2 or 3 seconds off and one shows someone is overtime and someone is under time, then we collaborate with the chief judge to make a final decision. Uh, it's great to have a contest chair. Sometimes people say the VP of Education is there by default, but Janet Sutterby reminded me that this is an opportunity to get credit in Pathways. And I know one of the projects is a high performance leadership where you have to organize an event and work with some mentors to consult on how to do things. So this is a nice way to get Pathways credit. Okay, a speech evaluation contest has one interesting logistics is that we need a target speech. Somebody that members of club don't know. So it wouldn't really be fair to bring in Elaine Lung to our club because everyone knows Elaine and she's done a couple of presentations to our club already. I'm talking with Janet and a few other folks to maybe come up with a spreadsheet for volunteer speakers that want to have themselves put into a contest. And anyway, that's something we're working on right now. But if you have fellow Toastmasters or friends in Toastmasters in other districts and they want to give a speech, that is a perfect opportunity to get evaluations from outside the club. And of course, we need contestants. You know, ideally, I think I have room here for 4 contestants, but if there are more that's needed, then I expand the worksheet here. So just as a reminder, a target speaker will speak usually 5 to 7 minutes. No, what's different in this type of contest, no objectives are given, just a speech title and the name of the speaker. Let's see, some people like to call you order during a contest. If you're tight for time, I've used a random number generator once I know the contestant's name and pick your order ahead of time. I find that it just makes the contest a little smoother, especially if you're tight for time, if you have a venue. Okay. And then after speakers spoken, the contestants will have 5 minutes. Sergeant Arm will escort the contestants into their soundproof room or into a breakout room if you're doing a hybrid or online meeting. Okay, and then after, so how do you kill 5 minutes? You interview the target speaker. So it's a wonderful way to learn about another member, why they came to your club, maybe a little bit of information about their speech. And then once the 5 minutes is hit, we just go down the list of contestants. We wait 1 minute between each contestants for judging. And then at the end, we wait 1 more minute, so don't shortchange the last contestant. And then we give another, we used to say 2 minutes, but as much time as needed for the judges to come up with the decision of who comes in first, second, third, or fourth. One interesting thing is that you can't pick just one contestant. You need to rank them. And this is what we do at the area level and division levels. No ties. If you have a tie, your ballot is thrown out, or judges might come back and ask you to do a ranking. And let's move forward. Normally we have a break in between. If there's any contestants, actually, let's move forward. Yeah, usually I like to interview all the contestants at the very end. Okay, next we have the International Speech Contest. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. We get the names of the speaker and the speech titles. And this contest is designed for a more seasoned speaker. So we're looking at someone that's done a level 1 and a level 2 in pathways to be eligible, or they are grandfathered in as a distinguished Toastmaster from the old program. If you don't meet those requirements, you're not eligible. There's some, if you're a brand new club, there are other eligibility requirements that allow you to go in, but I don't want to get lost in those details at this time. And same thing, we will, and it's what's very important here is that we don't comment on the presentations. So we might say speaker number 1, give their speech title. They will do their speech. We shake their hand as the Toastmaster, but we don't say, oh, that was a great speech. That was so we don't comment on, because the judges are there commenting on, not commenting, but evaluating the speakers. And then at the end, we should have an award presentation. We usually give a certificate of participation to all contests. And I also give one to all speaking roles. So if you're a Toastmaster, a chief judge, you're going to get a certificate from me. And then at the end, we do the actual presentation. And it's kind of nice if your club invites the area director or someone noteworthy from the district to witness, and they can help present the awards as well, along with the VP of Education and the club president. I'm going to share this document later on. I was trying to put this in the chat, but it wouldn't allow me to. But I'll make sure that this gets posted either on the district website or through an email. So I'm going to stop the share right now. And I want to make this an interactive program. I just wanted to monopolize the stage here for a little bit to show you how I run a contest. So the other thing I'm going to share here is where I get all these resources from. So I'm going to share the screen again here. And I put the link in the chat, and it was also in my introduction. And we have this beautiful District 4 logo here. And we have this section called Contest Resources. And what a better way to start is to start with the contest rulebook. You click on that, and you get the latest rulebook. You can do this yourself and go to the Toastmaster National website, navigate the search function, but Ken Colley's done the work already for you. And note that this is the latest contest rulebook. And it's, if you look at the table of contents, there's a lot of information if you want to skip to and look at very specific eligibility requirements. And, in general, if you've attended a contest before, there are some generalizations. You need to be a Toastmaster in good standings, and you needed to pay your dues. And the club treasurer needed to pay your dues to Toastmasters International. Otherwise, you're not eligible to compete in the contest. And then we talked about the eligibility requirements for an international speech contest being a Pathways 1, Pathways 2, level 1, level 2. I'm an old guy, so I still think of the old nomenclature. But everything you need to know about timing of the speeches and contest rules here, all the little technicalities is a good reference. So if you are the contest chair or the chief judge, make sure you download this document or have a copy printed at the contest in the event there is questions before the contest. One thing that's needed is that the contest contestants, timers, ballot counters need to be briefed by the chief judge. And a lot of the briefings are put here in this document. Okay, let me figure out how to close this or minimize this. Let's see, stop share on that one. Any questions while I'm doing this? Nope. Okay.
Excellent information, Tony. Very detailed.
Thank you. And really, I'm just kind of walking you with the gift that District 4 has given us. And maybe if I do this, I have the share bar. Oh, there we go. Close the rule book here. And gosh, to give you a little details, what has changed since the last rule book. If you are in the area or division level, we'll skip that because we're going right to club contests. Okay, and there's more information on the international page. We have past videos that have been done by District 4. So if you want to learn a little bit more on how to judge a speech contest and get at least a half-hour presentation on that, we have that. It's not my purpose to do that today. We have a district contest script, and I'm working on a club contest script. So hopefully I can get that posted here along with the club agenda that you can use for your own contests here. This Toastmaster International offers contest kits that give you all the forms necessary. And I love that the fact that I don't need to hunt for that at the Toastmasters International page. If I click on this, well, let me click on it. We'll find the download on how to get all of the forms, which is great. Let's see. And then we have individual forms here as well, if you just wanted to look at a form here. And I really enjoyed what Elaine shared, that understanding the rules. If you're a contestant, a lot of times you'll say, well, I don't need to worry about the rules. I don't need to worry about the logistics of a contest. Well, it does help to look at the rules to see how you're being evaluated for a club contest. So I'm going to open up an evaluation contest form here. And you can see there's different weighting, like the analytical evaluation of a speech is worth 40%. Recommendations that you make are 30%. The technique you choose to present is 15%, and summation is 15%. And if you want to get some more details, it's on the back side of the form where it gives you a little summation on each thing that you are judging on. And then, of course, we have the judge's code of ethics that we want to avoid being biased. We're really just evaluating that one evaluation for that one speech and not take into account that you've seen the speaker many times do better than they did today. You're really just looking at that one individual situation. Or the other part that's important is that you need to rank the speakers. So you have to pick a first place, a second place, a third place, assuming we have 3 speakers. Okay, and if we have more, then we have to add those in as well. The other thing I would look at as a chief judge, making sure who's judging it. At a club contest level, I allow all members not competing in the contest to help judge who will represent our club at the area level. But to practice what would happen at the area and division level, we need to make sure that we know who our judges are. So I want them to put their name down and sign it as well. Okay. Now, ballot counters we'll look at this portion here. That first place is worth 3 points. Second place is worth 2 points. Third place, 1 point when doing the summation for the contestant. Any questions? Now, there is one more form that we like to give at the club level, or actually area division. What happens if there's a tie to a contest? So normally we have a secret tiebreaker judge, and they get to rank all of the contestants that are competing. And in the event that we do have a tie, we open up that ballot. Okay. Now, this is done independent of timing. What hurts a lot, if we look at the timing form, if we have a contestant who goes overtime, once we have come up with the winners, sometimes we need to disqualify someone. And it's important when we announce the winners at the end of the contest to also announce that there was a time disqualification. That way we know sometimes there's an obvious winner and we're going, why didn't that person win? And then we just have to assume they went overtime. And we also ask judges not to take timing into account. So why the timer's in the back behind you? Don't turn your head trying to see if a person's on time. Don't try to use your telephone to judge a person if they're on time or not. Just judge the performance of the speech or the evaluation. Any questions? All right, let's go look at a international speech form. And I'm going to pull up the tiebreaker form. And we have the same idea here that we have the speech development, the effectiveness, and you can see all of the points that are allotted for any one criteria. And you can see that speech value is the highest. It's weighted 25%. Okay, and the same thing, we have the descriptions in the back of the form as well. And we also have more places because we're ranking all of the contestants that are participating. And we still have signature requirements as well. And let's see, tips on scoring. Sometimes people say, oh, I'm not that good in math. I don't want to put the numbers down. And realize that numbers can change. It's slightly subjective. When you hear the first speaker, there's no one to compare against. And sometimes people like to do negative judging. For example, if I'm looking at the speech development, I know to get a maximum of 15 points. But what I'll do is I'll put like -3. I thought it was a pretty good opening, but I think there was, so the numbers are going to be smaller, but you can still come up with results. And what happens if you have your own internal conflict with people coming in as a tie? Don't forget that you can put a little plus or a little minus next to the score to help tip the scales a little bit. I know one of the hardest jobs is really being a judge for a speech contest, but it forces you to work on your evaluation skills. And your goal is to make sure that the person that did best that day represents your club at the next level.
Tony, we've got a couple things in the chat.
All right, can you help me out with that?
I can. 1 second. Well, I'll look at the first one right here. Is there an official policy on what is done with the forms after the contest is over?
Take them away from the room. We don't want to throw them in the trash can. We don't want anyone to know exactly how each judge judged. We want the judges to be anonymous. So I believe the official policy is just take them away from the room. I'll take them to work the next day and have them shredded. but don't leave them in the garbage can. Somebody might be really curious. I've got a friend, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's been known to go to the trash can and see how people voted. So any comments on that? Janet, is there an official procedure? But
Well, I was going to say something related to that. Make sure the PQD, your area director or division director, know who the winners are of your contest. So there is a form, I'm sure Tony can share it with you. Make sure you complete that and submit that before you rip up and throw away. Because trust me, I have chased people down when I'm trying to give out awards to say, hey, who won your contest? And they're like, oh, I don't know. So please make sure we know so we can make sure we acknowledge them. That's all I wanted to say.
okay. And you know what's important also? The ranking. You know, in the event that the first place winner isn't available, maybe sickness, work, travel, family, is not available to compete, then second place. And if the second place isn't available, we work our way down the order. And we also encourage that the second and third, actually, I encourage everyone from the club to, whether it's a Zoom meeting or if it's in person at the, actually take that back, area contest must be done using Zoom, correct? Janet, sorry.
That's correct.
I was nodding, yes.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So the club contest can use any method, whether it's on Zoom, hybrid, or in person. But the area level and division level are going to be strictly Zoom.
Correct.
And then the district level, like we did last year, we had a hybrid scenario. And I was really happy to see, I think last year, all contestants show up and at the contest. So it's, for me, makes for a better contest. Let's see. I know I
Tony,
want, go ahead.
Tony, there are some other questions. Let me know when you're ready for those.
All right, go for it.
All right. How do you find speakers for your evaluation contest?
That's the hard part this year. Normally, I would go to my area director or division director and try to have an exchange of speakers. Janet and I were discussing the other day of creating a spreadsheet where people would voluntarily put their names, email, and phone number and share that with like the VP of Educations, and then have clubs, you know, look at this list. And normally when you do a test speaker, it's usually a trade, right? So Tony, I'll speak if I can get Elaine to speak at another club, blah, blah. And a lot of times the network is really fun because I might know Elaine and send her to another club, and then that other club will send me another speaker. But yeah, the web really grows on that, but it's really starting a conversation and letting people know when your club contest is going to happen. And as a reminder, it's got to happen before February 11th. And I know some clubs, I'm lucky with that. We have a 2-hour format, and we can probably get both contests in as one. The agenda can be trimmed where we could do evaluation contest one day, and then the following meeting we'll have the international speech contest. So it could be modified so you can have individual contests if you're fighting a 45-minute to a 1-hour meeting. And contests are fun. You know, I like to celebrate the winners of the contest. I know we have a lot of district credit, and you can get some nice ribbons or nice trophies from Toastmasters International. If you're a little bit more urgent and you need to pick something up soon, I've been known to go to the party stores and pick up, you know, plastic medals, but it's all in the presentation to honor the people that have competed in the contest. Let's see. Notification of contest winners. Here is the official form. And same thing, you find this here on the District 4 spreadsheet. So in my club is 191. I forgot what area I'm in. Area C. uh, anyway, and this is good. It's good bookkeeping. And remember, we're all District 4. And you write down the date of the contest and what the contest was. And you can write down the contact information and the names of the winner and hand that over to the district, usually your area director or division director. And from there, we know who to contact at the next level of competition. Let's see, are there any other questions at this time? I'm gonna close.
Yeah, there's a question about eligibility for both contests, what the eligibility is, and then also for the judging eligibility.
Okay, and there is a form for judging eligibility. Okay, let's see. Evaluation. So we do have a judge's certificate of eligibility. And we do have the summation of what it is. Really just working on an area level, excuse me, at a club level. I make anyone that's a member and not competing in the contest, they can vote. And I can check the agenda, make sure that we don't have a contestant voting as well. So yeah, this is, I guess if you are at the area level, then we are looking at a level 1 and level 2 completion. And I think there's an eligibility, what I want to call it, link that our area directors have access to verify an educational by a member. Okay, and then we also have the judge's code of ethics here, basically not being biased, just judging the speech. And of course, reading it and signing it and turning it back in to the chief judge. Okay, and then we have speaker certificate of eligibility, where we note the club, if it's a club contest, I guess even a member number. So go to the TI website if you don't know your own member number. I keep mine on my phone because I can never remember what it is. And of course, we're in District 4. And then we have lots of rules here on competing in a contest specifically. And then we have the little check marks down here, and then we sign and print our name. But the generality, yeah, oh, I'm looking at this. Yeah, if you're district officer, you're not eligible to compete in a contest. Just remember, if you're a club officer, you can. Even if you're a contest chair and putting this contest together and you want to compete in this contest, you can. The only thing is you shouldn't know who the test speaker is going to be. Leave that up to someone else. Put that together. And the generality, it's level 1 and level 2, and there's some specific requirements if you are a brand new club. Janet, you want to add anything to that?
What I love, Tony, is you show them where the resources are, show them how to fish. So perfect. You're doing a great job.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Of course, where am I at timing? I think I got 5 minutes here, but I want to let everyone know all of the work's been done for us. Okay, I promised to add 2 things. I want to add my agenda and hopefully a spreadsheet where we can go after speakers. Oh, I lied, 3. And a script that can be copied and modified in the Word format for a club contest. I'm just going to open up the international. Yeah, here we go. Oh, actually, download it. Okay, I just could have opened it. Can you guys see the script here?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
And this is designed for an area, division, or district contest, but normally I trim this down so it becomes specific for a club contest. And sometimes I don't say everything because we want to run the contest smoothly, and sometimes we don't have all the time necessary. One challenge I have when I'm a club chair or chief judge is everyone's at work, they're in a car, and I don't have a chance to brief contestants before the contest. My solution to that, let me close this too, let me stop my share, is to brief everybody in real time. Once the meeting starts, once the president calls the meeting to order, we welcome our guests and we welcome to the chief judge. I will brief everybody in real time. And that way we can have questions and answers in front of everybody. No one's missing. Sometimes if you try to do something ahead of time, maybe you have only 2 contestants or 4 contestants there, and you got to keep repeating yourself. And then you have to say, did I say that already to that group? If not, oh, let me go back to the other group. So a tip, brief everybody in real time, and I will work on the script so we can streamline that briefing as well. Any contestant chair veterans out there that want to share a tip? Really looking for hybrid people? No, okay. So Janet, I know last year we had a hybrid contest at the district level, and I'm pretty sure that everybody showed up. Is that correct?
They did, yeah. Everybody showed up. It was great. And it was tricky at the district level is we had to make sure we had an equal amount of in-person judges as there were virtual judges. So yeah, that's at the district level. I don't think at the club level we need that type of control. It does not have to be that difficult. But yeah, at the district level, it was challenging.
All right, and I know there was one person who came all the way from Texas because he was part of the evaluation contest winners.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed that someone took the time, even at an evaluation, which only goes up to the district level, that she made the time to come to District 4 in person to compete in the contest. So I'm very impressed with our district. So d4tm.org, go to the contest. I sent the link out. Bookmark that. And it takes a village to put on a contest. Don't do it all on your own. It's excellent high performance leadership. And Janet, what would be the other level or a project that could work for that?
It's definitely, you could get a level 5, and a lot of clubs are looking to find a level 5. So I was a contest chair for my club and got a level 5 certification. You could also do it as a level 4 if you need a level 4. I don't know if it qualifies at the club level for a DTM program, but my guess is if you go a little higher, meaning area, division or district, that may qualify for a DTM project.
Okay, that sounds excellent. What's great about doing it at the club level, when we get to the area level, it's not the area contest, but it's, well, how I say, it's not the area directors contest, it's the area contest. So if you got some experience, take that contest experience to the area level and help run it. So the district will thank you for it, and it's also an enriching experience to meet many more members. All right, I see I have the red card. And if you're a speaker at a contest and you see the red card, don't go overtime. Remember, people don't know what you wrote. People don't know what you wrote on your evaluation. Just simply summarize that. You find a good closing statement to end your speech and get it done before you see this, I guess, the red card. That's all I have to add today, but the District 4 website is a great resource. Back to you, Madam
Great
Chair.
job, Tony. I want to say a summary in case people didn't see it. The secret to having a successful contest is delegate. Delegate and follow up. So great job. Thank you. And great, great example of where we can find things that will help us. Thank you.